All right, we're back.
We are back.
So I just want to do a special welcome to a podcast that we're trying to just get started. We're trying some things, even trying out a name. So let us know what you think. Welcome to Light in the Making, a podcast reflecting on the inner workings of owning a business. So we're going to jump in and just speak on being in front of the camera. How did you feel being in front of the camera on your first live video?
Oh, how was it? I was a little nervous, but I must admit, it helped me to feel less nervous once within the audience, and then having friends and family there.
Oh,
That
very
did
nice.
calm me down.
Yeah, that's awesome. And was there a moment during the live when you thought, okay, I could do this?
There was.
Mm-hmm.
Because it seemed like all of a sudden I started to feel more relaxed. And you are an amazing interviewer. You really are.
Thank you.
So you helped me feel relaxed, and so therefore the tea helped.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what truly helped me to be calm, I really took the attention off of me and honed in and focused on ones within the audience, but not only that, our community.
Speaking of the audience, what type of feedback was most surprising to you from your audience, both virtually and in person?
I was amazed at the response that we got and how favorable it was. I had family and friends who reached out, and some even said that it brought them to tears.
Wow.
Which was truly, it was very humbling.
Yeah.
So it made me feel even more grateful that we did it, even though originally I didn't feel comfortable doing it, and I felt like, what am I going to talk about? But it helped me to really appreciate them, their appreciation for it.
Yeah. I remember you sharing with me, some of the feedback that you received, and it was very warm, and just once telling me that I sounded like Oprah, which I was like, wow, that's my new nickname apparently. I don't hold anything, next to her, but I definitely thought that was a compliment for sure.
It truly was. You did. I think that you sound like Amy, but yet you sound very confident and poised, and it helped me also to feel the same way.
Nice.
So
nice. So when the camera's off, what do you want ones to know about you, the founder of Laguna Candles?
I feel that first of all, I want ones to know how important it is that to me that I remain in a state of gratitude. There are times when I feel as if my confidence level at times get a little low, but I just feel like, you know what, I'm going to continue to move forward, and I'm going to continue to be grateful, and I want to continue to stay within my balanced routine. That's very important to me. And I think that one of the key things that I have to tell myself, and I want others to be aware of, I am not Laguna Candles. I'm Cherie.
Okay.
And then there's Laguna Candles.
Okay.
But I'm very grateful that I've been able to nurture it along with the help of my family and other consistent customers who have just been so loyal.
I like that. You are not Laguna Candles. Why do you think it's important to make that distinction?
it's important to me because, and I would encourage others who may have decided they want to start a company. There are times when we may start to consider mesh the two together. And there will be times when maybe, in our case, hands down, there's no maybe to it. There's going to be various challenges with the company. And to be able to not feel, and there, as I mentioned the last time you interviewed me, sometimes there are ups and then sometimes there are downs. But if I can separate me from Laguna Candles, it puts it in perspective that continue to move forward each and every day, and don't lose sight of who you are, and continue to grow and scale the company, but make sure that I continue to take care of myself. Self-care is vital. And not let my emotions or my feelings get so tied up to my company that I love that it starts to become, when it's having challenges, I have to take on as if I am. So I have to separate myself from the company from that standpoint.
So separating your identity from something that you have contributed to developing, but it's not you. It's not, and so similar to, or to be expected, there's going to be ups and downs, as you said.
Absolutely.
So when you are having those, when Laguna Candles having a bad day, it doesn't mean that you need to have a bad day.
There we go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's a powerful reminder for everyone, because there's going to be goals, pursuits that may fail, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
But does that make you a failure?
Not at all.
Not at all. And that's something that we have to get used to, the idea of try something. If it falls short of what you deem as a success, doesn't mean that you're not successful.
Absolutely.
Because you tried.
Yes.
Now, as we kind of develop this new category of connection with your community by way of a podcast, what do you want your listeners to take away from these episodes?
I would like for my listeners to be mindful of the times that we're living in. These are uncertain times, and that's just being totally transparent. And yet, don't allow it to take away your hope. So I feel that it's vital that we continue to have a hopeful attitude, and that we continue to be there for each other.
Yeah.
And they mentioned recently about this in the community I live in. They talked about kindness, and there was this mission on the importance of showing kindness, and even our local paper, they talked about some who have not been treated too kind. Some of our young people who may have been bullied, and some of them, unfortunately, they were bullied by ones who may have been even online, bullying. And unfortunately, some of our young people took their lives because of such treatment. So I just think it's important that we show kindness, and that we are there to give each other hope. And I feel that it empowers us within a community, but also it empowers the family unit as well.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a powerful thought, to think of community beyond just social media connection, and really being there for your fellow human being.
Absolutely. That's important to me.
So I see this as potentially, and let me know what your thoughts are, this podcast as being a space where we could inspire, and educate, motivate. As we wrap up a year, I know I start my year with goals and things that I want to accomplish. And I think that that's really an avenue in which we can kind of see this space, if you will, as an opportunity to motivate and inspire. Would you agree with that? That this could have that potential?
Absolutely, absolutely. Especially when I take in consideration, I'll be 70 in a few days, and I take
70 people.
I take in consideration as a more, an older woman, 70 years old, mature, however way you want to put it, and yet your perspective as well. And so I
40. We want to put it out there.
But I think that there's wisdom, but not only that, there are gifts with both of our perspectives.
Okay.
And so I'm so grateful that we can come together, even if it's monthly, and just share our thoughts. And I feel honored because, as I told you before, I feel that being able to share just nuggets of wisdom from these 70-year-old, I've lived that long, and then you're being able to even ask questions or share your thoughts. I feel that somehow there's going to be ones who will appreciate it, and they'll find it beneficial.
I think so too. I mean, we saw from the first one, there was a great reaction to that initial video, and we were not expecting that. We were just like, okay, well, we made this commitment. Let's follow through. Let's show up, and just give it our best. And we got great feedback. So I think being able to continue this on, to some degree, whatever form that takes, I think it'll be really, really beneficial to everybody. And if nothing else, if it's just us watching the video, it's good practice in front of the camera.
We will enjoy it.
We'll enjoy it. We'll chat it up. Okay, so I think we kind of touched on it, but I'll just address it. As your ideal listener, like, who do you see benefiting from this? So you talk about, 70 years of life, some other aspects or details about you that you feel like, oh, this listener, I have things to say to them. Who would that be?
Of course, women, that's primarily very important to me, and all across the board within all age groups. But yet at the same time, there are ones who have, you get to a certain age and you may feel as if you're almost invisible. And so I feel that if anything, to be able to inspire other women, as well as younger people as well, but just so that they know that age is just a number, and we have so much that we can offer. So if you see ways that we can volunteer or just offer words of inspiration for others, hands down. And right now, one of the key areas that I feel that we can truly would benefit us all is that there are some that are truly dealing with just moments of loneliness. And so just having friends and just being able to come together and have dinner and just being there for one another. That is, I don't know if that answered your question, but I just feel just being a friend.
Okay. Yeah, and that sometimes people find that, connection via, these different avenues. So I think that even learning to be a friend and what has helped you and how you've been encouraged, that can be a motivation for others as to how they can show up for their friends.
Absolutely.
And be a good friend. So I think that's really, and I feel to add to it, I would love to see those ones who are on the brink of entrepreneurship, who just need to take that leap. I think of ones who are mothers and they're juggling and they think, I can't handle one more thing, but I also, my time is being consumed in this 9 to 5, which has its place, of course. But could you add to it? Could you do something like a creative outlet that could bring in a different, some, residual cash flow? I think those ones are also great listeners to this podcast that I think could benefit and grow and face their fears, if you will.
Excellent point. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I've done both. Mm-hmm. Worked outside of the home, and also worked as of course, as an entrepreneur, but working within the home. And you're absolutely right. Yeah, it can be beneficial in so many ways. So I hope that it can be taken that way. This is something that we're wanting. This is my way, our way of giving back.
Yeah. I think that's definitely with that goal in mind. Like you said, it's not a sense of like bringing attention even specifically to the business or to the founder. It's just collective thoughts.
That's it.
Experiences. Mm-hmm. Something that we're sharing that we see as being something that it's like, hey, well, it could be something that's super beneficial.
Yeah. So
going back to what I had kind of touched on, we're wrapping up 2025, leading up into a new year. And I know when I, watch podcasts and different things like that, I really try to kind of refresh my whole approach, every year, every new year that starts. Mm-hmm. But that also involves reflecting on the year that we're in. So with that said, as you close out 2025, how do you feel about it overall?
I feel excited. I really do. I feel excited in that, living another age. That's exciting. But yet I also feel excited in that some of my goals, I'd always wanted to create something that was a tribute to family members, and one in particular is my grandmother, and Martha Perlow. And I didn't get to meet Martha. Unfortunately, she passed away when I was an infant. When I was born. But I just know that my mom will be so proud, and I know Martha. I cannot wait to see her. I feel excited about the goals that we accomplished this year, not just with Laguna Candles, but as an individual. There's certain self-care routines that I made up my mind I wanted to implement, i.e. massage, and I have this amazing masseuse who comes, and that's been beneficial. And just being able to reflect on taking moments and journaling on gratitude. And so I'm looking forward to 2026, and I'm excited about the path that we took throughout the duration of 2025.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
How do you feel about it?
Any lessons learned?
Any lessons learned? Clearly, yes. There have been lessons learned that I appreciate. One key lesson I feel is just taking time to taking a moment to just breathe. I know that seems so small, but there are so many times, I think throughout for many years, I didn't even breathe properly, Amy.
Wow.
And so now to be able to learn such a small habit, a routine, it's helped me to be more relaxed. It's helped me to be less anxious. It's helped me to even be able to talk and spend time and really enjoy the moment. Yeah.
Be more present.
Be more present, exactly.
Yeah. And I'm sure that ones are going to want to hear about those self-care, more about those. So even that could be, you know, a podcast, if you will, you know, about self-care and the different things that we can implement in our lives in order to just make sure that we are being present and we're respecting our bodies, we're respecting ourselves, and what's, you know, how we care for ourselves in order to just live life the best we can. I think that'll be definitely beneficial. So you kind of touched on it. So I'll kind of just summarize it this way. It sounds like you are excited about 2026.
I am.
And I feel the same way. You know, I feel that 2026 is going to open up some opportunities for not only myself and my husband, just to try new things. I hope to do a little bit more traveling. Anything in store for 2026 that you look forward to?
Absolutely, I would. I'm looking forward to my husband and I traveling.
Mm-hmm.
I love to travel, and I also am looking forward to. I'd love to be able to write a book. That's been a goal of mine for many years.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah, and there are other things within Laguna Candles. I won't go into it, that we are working on towards implementing and launching in 2026. So
Okay.
I'm looking forward to 2026. I'm excited about it.
Okay, very nice, very nice. So, you mentioned this Founders Collection
Yes.
and just how important it was for you to implement. And so I know that there's some element of surprise that will be left for the audience.
Mhm.
But how does that reflection, how does that collection reflect you as a founder, and why was it important to develop?
That's a good question. There are 6 fragrances within that collection, and each one of the fragrances, each candle, there's a story. Now I just gave you a glimpse of one, and it's Perlo. And the things that I heard, I was very fortunate because my mom would always share with me, when her mom passed so suddenly, I got a chance to learn about Martha, but not a whole lot, because it was very painful for her. But I had this really special moment. I would say a few days, I had a cousin come and visit and as I mentioned, I always tell you guys I'm from St. Louis. But she and her husband came and they visited, and they stayed with us in Laguna. And her name is, I won't go into her name, but at any rate, my grandma, Martha, had a twin. And her twin's name was Margaret. And her twin, Margaret, she raised my cousin. So my cousin, she got a chance to hear a lot of stories about my grandmother, Martha.
Okay.
And she got to share a lot with me. And I know I've said in the past, well, I feel that my entrepreneurial spirit, or my entrepreneurial drive, yes, came based on being raised by my mom, who was an entrepreneur, and my grandfather as well. But one of the things about Martha that I heard, and I would always hear when I'd ask my mom, even my father, tell me about Martha, my grandmother, and they would share things like, she was just so sweet. And this kind of dawned on me, and it wasn't even that long ago, because I always hear that term when people refer to me. And I'm like, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Sweet, And yet there was this feisty, spicy part of her that I would hear.
Okay.
And so I thought, and this was just not that long ago, I remember thinking, this is so much. You have so much a part of her. And so therefore I sought out a perfumer who could create a fragrance that I felt would just do tribute to Martha. And it has this sweet, spicy, just a beautiful, beautiful fragrance that I feel that the Perlot candle that was created in honor of Martha Perlot, I feel very proud to have played a part in it. And so that's just a small story in regards to that one particular candle. There are 5 others, but each one I just journaled and I wrote about a story, what each of them meant to me.
Okay.
So, and that's why they're called the Founders Collection, because they're each and every one of the candles, there's a just special story behind them that's important to me that I'd like to share with my community and my family and my friends.
And that's just one fragrance.
And that's just one fragrance.
That's just one fragrance. So
yeah,
we very much look forward to hearing the story behind the rest of them. I think that that'll be a really great rollout.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. So this is an interesting but closing question.
Okay.
If you could whisper something to your future self a year from now, what would it be?
Wow.
What does she need to know?
I think that, well, clearly the first thought that came to my mind is just keep moving. Just keep moving.
Okay.
And that could be my means of travel. That could be by means of just keep getting up. But those are the words I would tell myself.
Okay. That should be your 2026 theme.
Yeah.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
Just keep moving.
Can we say, comma, keep recording?
That too.
Yeah. We'll see about that. Well, we'll wrap it up from here. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Goodbye.